welcome to Get to Know Me. I've had a YouTube for a while now and never made one of these because I just didn't think it would hit if no one cared about my YouTube. But I made it to 100 subscribers. Shout out to you all if you're watching. That's so exciting. So I figured I would make a little get to know me of who I actually am. So I'm originally from Jackson, Michigan. That's where I was born. After my parents got divorced, I moved to Clarkston, Michigan. I went to high school in Clarkston, and then I went to college at Central Michigan University, Fire Up Chips. I only went to Central because I didn't get accepted into state right away. I wanted to go to Michigan State, and they didn't accept me until the spring semester. And I didn't want to stay at home at all. I was like, I just wanted to, get out, be myself, explore. So I was like, okay, I'll just go to Central for a semester and then go to state in the spring. And then I went to Central and I joined a sorority. I fell in love. Sigma Kappa, you have my heart forever. Favorite girls in the world, still my best friends to this day. And then I lived in Traverse City for a summer for an internship last summer. And then this summer, I'm in Saugatuck, Michigan at another internship, which is the last internship I need until I graduate. And I am an event planning major. I like to ride my bike around because this is such a small town, so I can get anywhere on my bike, which is super cool. My favorite stores are probably Shein because it's cheap and cute, and I have 2 try-on hauls. If you haven't seen them, they're my most viewed videos on YouTube, so that's really cool. Can't afford to keep doing try-on hauls, but thanks for the views, guys. I love to travel. We can't right now because of COVID, but I've been to England for a study abroad. I've been to Italy with my best friend after I studied abroad. That was super cool. We had the best time in the world. I've been to Mexico, Jamaica, but I'd like to travel the world. I really would. One of these days you'll see me traveling the world. I would love to see that. I am currently single. I've been in 3 real relationships ever in my life, and they didn't work out, to say the least. One person was terrible, but the rest are okay. We'll leave it at that. Am I looking? No. Yes, no, but who cares? I love my current internship, and I hope to stay. I actually applied for full time, so fingers crossed on that. My favorite holiday is, it's so weird, but it's Thanksgiving. Not even for the food, but because my grandma cooks it all, and my grandma is my favorite human in the world. And I just love to go and be there with her and my other family, but mostly my grandma. I love Thanksgiving. I love wearing cute sweaters, another favorite thing of mine, especially turtlenecks. I love turtlenecks, and it's finally turtleneck weather. Not that I hate summer, because I love summer, but it's so much easier to dress in like the fall. It's also almost my birthday, which is also in the fall, like literally a week from almost now. But so that's really cool. I love dressing for cold weather, but I love summer because I love being on a boat as well. It's like I'm either in a bikini or like leggings and a sweatshirt or turtleneck. I've been in the service industry all of my life. I started at Pine Knob Ski Resort in the cafeteria. Absolutely, I'm not going to say that because I don't want to talk down on them, but not my cup of tea. And then I worked at Sagano Japanese Steakhouse, a hibachi grill, and obviously I love Japanese food. I love sushi. They are the first people that made me try sushi. Thank God for them, because it's my favorite food in the world now. And I worked there for like 6 years, I swear to God. I worked there in high school, and then every time I was in college and wanted to come home and work for extra money, they would let me. Like, godsend. I loved them. Still love them to this day. If I go home right now and need a job, like, I could probably still work there. That's the coolest thing ever. And then I worked at Grand Traverse Resort. That was when I lived in Traverse City. I was in the health club. That was fun. I literally got to sit by the pool and check people in by the pool in a skirt and t-shirt. Pretty cool. Where else have I worked? I currently work at the Market and Eatery. Oh, I worked at Wayside. If you know me, you know I worked at Wayside Central at CMU. I was the director of promotions at our largest nightclub on campus, and I got to throw Greek night and plan parties and whatever would bring people in. I could bring in like up to 300 people at a time. The thing with Greeks, like sororities and fraternities, like if you only invite them and make it exclusive to them, they want to come because they're the only ones that can. Like, and I knew that, so I was like, all right, Greek nights on Tuesday, you get the whole back bar to yourselves. And they're all like, I want a wristband, I need one. And I'm like, passing out wristbands like it's no other. And meanwhile, I'm like making $100 off a night for partying. Like, that was literally the best job ever. I've worked some really cool jobs. Enjoying your job is everything to me. Love your job and you'll never work a day in your life. That's one of my favorite sayings, and I do love most of my jobs, all of my jobs. So right now I have a few other jobs for side money because it is an internship and it is paid, but I require more money to live my life because I like to go out and have more fun. So on the side, I babysit, I dog sit, I waitress, I bus tables, I'll paint. Yeah, there's a lot going on right now, and I'm trying to make it on YouTube, but who knows? Who knows? But it's okay. I'm just still having fun. So I looked up basic get to know me questions because I ran out of questions to come up with for myself. One of them that came up was, what would you change about yourself if you could? I would change that I can be more comfortable alone because I struggle with being alone. And that's not like I don't need to be with a guy. I need to be with people all the time. And that's been really hard for me because I live alone for the first time in my life. I've always had 2 sisters or 82 sorority sisters by my side. So living alone has been a slap in the face. And I work so much, so it's like okay to come home and sleep. Like, I love sleeping alone. But when I get home at a reasonable hour and there's no one to talk to and I kind of just sit alone, it's just hard to fill the time. I love talking to people. I just like being in other people's presence. Like, I like to have roommates. I do. But at the same time, there are perks to living alone. So I don't know. If I could change one thing, I would like to like have the mentality that it's okay to be by yourself sometimes and be able to preoccupy myself better because I don't do that very well. If you could live anywhere, where would it be? I want to live in so many places. Like, I am not one to stay in one place for a long time. I recently applied for full-time at my internship here and extended my lease, which is like, wow, someone likes where she is for once. Which I do. I love it here, but I probably won't stay here forever. I won't. I'm at Michigan winters, for one, absolutely not. I need to get out of here. But Michigan summers are the most amazing place in the world. So, you win some, you lose some. What motivates you to work hard? Money. It does. It's my main goal in life, is to be rich and so financially stable and travel the world, which I need money to do. So yeah, as much as I want to travel the world, I need money to do so. So money is my biggest goal in life. Send me money. Just kidding. But actually do it. What is my favorite thing about my career? I didn't even tell you like why I went into event planning. When I came to college, I wanted to be an architect. I like math. I'm good at math, honestly. And then Central didn't have architecture, so I'm like, all right, what can I do before I transfer to State to be in the architecture at State? And they're like, take these engineering classes and art classes. And I'm like, done, I'll do it, whatever. I'm smart, I can do it. And I could do it, and it was engineering, and it was like drawing things and then inputting them in CAD systems or whatever, which I could do, fine. And art was like terrible, but I could do it for the most part, drawing circles and squares and whatnot. And then I got put into a class the next semester with machines, and you had to wear a big heavy-duty smock and goggles, and I was like, I'm going to break my finger off of my body putting it near these. Like, I don't want this. This is not me at all. So I was like, done with that. I'm dropping it. I don't care anymore. And I knew I was staying at Central, so I was like, I'm just done. Whatever. I can't do that. So I'm like, okay, I think I'm smart enough. I'm just going to go into the medical field and make a lot of money. Let me just do medical. So I dropped all my classes in one day, sitting in class. And someone actually tweeted about me as they saw me do it, and I found the tweet, and I responded. I was like, yeah, that was me. But just picked up all medical classes, went to a medical class, and I'm like, Maddie, what are you doing? You've never wanted to go into the medical field. You're just doing this for money, which is so wrong and terrible, and you're not going to be happy, which I already wasn't. So I was like, all right, here I go again. Dropped all my classes. I was like, oh my God. I was crying myself to sleep at this point. I'm like, I'm a sophomore. I'm like, I need to figure out what I'm doing before junior year of college. I'm like, oh my God, I don't know what to do right now. So I was like calling my parents. They were getting so mad at me. I was like, I'm mad at myself. I don't know what I want. I don't at all. And then, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do business. Yeah, like everyone freaking else. Let's do business. Let's take a business degree. You can do anything with business, which like you can. You can go into a lot of businesses doing business, or you can go into a lot of jobs with a business degree. So I'm like, yeah, I'll just do this until I like figure it out. I'll do business, I'll do sales because you know there's money in it. It's versatile basically. So I go into business, and then I'm obviously like racking up points in the sorority by sophomore year, and I'm like having the time of my life in Greek life, like, you know, planning parties and whatnot, and they vote me into social chair, which is where you plan our formals, date parties, everything, and I'm like, oh my God, I love this. Like, giving people a good time? Oh, absolutely. Like, yes. Come to me. I will give you a good time, anywhere. Like, let's go. Give me a budget. They gave me, what, like $8,000 a year? And I was like, party, party, party. Let's go, let's go. Let's eat this. Let's go this. Let's take this party bus. Like, I was thriving. Anyone that knows me knows I ate that crap up. I did it again. I ran for social chair 2 years in a row because I loved it so much, and that's like, people are sick of their positions in sororities after a year, but I was like, no, this is my position. You're not voting me out of it. And they voted me into it again because I loved it and I was good at it. So once they voted me into social chair, I was like, light bulb, I'm planning parties the rest of my life. I switched my major to event planning, and my family's like, what, you're just gonna party the rest of your life? I'm like, exactly, precisely that. Why wouldn't you want to do that? Like, I want to do that, okay? So, yeah, now I'm in event planning, and I'm at this internship now, which is super cool because it's market, eatery, European, so cool, because I want to travel, too, so it's, like, best of both worlds for me. I love it. So that's how I ended up in event planning, and that's why I want to own my own venue and bar someday and just rent it out for big parties and weddings and everything like that. That's literally my passion. I love what I do, and it makes all the difference loving what you do every day. Like, you literally have to like your job or you will go insane. You do that more than living. You're working more than you're living. You work 5 days a week, you have 2 days off a week. You need to like what you do. So that's my little TED Talk. And that's me. If you have any more questions, feel free to comment, but I think I just said a lot. Let's see if there's any more. That's me. That's my life. I hope you enjoyed. Have a great weekend. XOXO.